Hi, my name is Janina, and today I'm going to teach you how to assemble and disassemble a system unit. So what we have here is a Dell Optiplex GX 270. So first we're going to open the case. So we have to push these two buttons on the side, this side and the other side. So you push them at the same time. So when you hear that, you have to open it slightly and slowly. So what's inside of the system unit is we have the motherboard, fan slot, the system, the power supply, the disk drive, and the floppy disk. So the next step is we're going to unplug all the cables inside of the system unit. So carefully unplug all the connecting wires. So it is also important for you that while unplugging all this is you have to remember their original position. So some of them it's really hard to unplug. So now that we remove all the cable wires or the connectors, the next step is we're going to remove the disk drive and the floppy disk. So you're just going to pull this up, and there you go. And also the floppy disk. So next step is we're going to remove the power supply. So this one is tricky, so you have to be careful. So, now the next is the power supply. Now you have to pull this down and then slide it carefully. So our next is the fan slot. So we're going to remove the screw. So also in removing the screw, you have to be careful. So just lift this one. Now, so after we remove the fan slot, next is we're going to remove the motherboard. So in removing the motherboard, you have to remove the screw first. So next is, so make sure you're not going to touch any of the surface inside of the motherboard. So we're going to slide this one gently and then lift the motherboard carefully. So there you have it. This is the disassembled system unit. So now we're done in disassembling the system. Now I'm going to show you how to assemble a system unit. So first, we're going to put back the motherboard. And then next is the power supply. So once you put the power supply, next is we're going to put back the fan slot. So get the screw. So make sure the screw is in the position and then lock. So screw it tightly, but be careful. And then next we're going to screw the motherboard. So after that, after we put this is the floppy disk drive and a disk drive. So make sure you put it at the right position. Okay. Then, so once you put back all the parts together, the next step we're going to do is going to connect all the cables at their respective position. So first, so if you're having trouble remembering all the parts or the positions of the connectors, before you unplug all the cables, you must write their right positions. 3. So this one, we're not going to use this one. So we will just put it right here. And then the next is the connector for the disk drive. So if you're going to connect them back, just be sure to put them carefully ahead to the motherboard. And if you're not sure, there's also a drawing as a guide for you. So connecting these cables, always have to be careful to put in putting them back. Next is the last one is this. So after you put it back all together, after you put the parts all together, oh, the last one is this. So once you put all the parts back together, now we're going to close the system unit. So there you have it. That's how we assemble and disassemble a system unit.